Making your bed is a fucking waste of time. I'll admit, I'm not the tidiest person in the world. I honestly find the process of making your bed an infuriating waste of time that seems to be the norm because it looks nice. I really don't know. I think tidying up bed sheets and such provides no benefit. In fact, I find it easier to get in a messy bed than to get into a neat one. So really, unless you're trying to look tidy for guests, I find this task a complete waste of time. I make my bed if a girl is coming over. If not, why would I try to impress myself? Not if you want to get laid. That's a really good point. Fuck making my bed. Top sheets are useless. Fitted sheet and duvet and be done. You should actually not make the bed in order to let the linens and the mattress air out. Cheryl Mendelson wrote a great book called Home Comforts, The Art and Science of Keeping House. On page 660, Ms. Mendelson advises us to air out our bed and bedroom at least an hour every day. Each day when you arise, air the bed. Open the windows, if possible, throw the bed covers back over the foot of the bed. If the bedding will otherwise drag on the floor, stand a chair at the foot of the bed to support it. Let the bed stand this way, unmade, while you shower and eat breakfast. The bed should air for at least an hour if you are going to work, or even longer if you are staying home. This helps immensely toward keeping the bed feeling and smelling fresh until you next change the sheets. While you are sleeping, you breathe about 2 pounds of moisture, along with breath odors and flocks of microorganisms, into the air, your pillow, and your bedding. You also perspire, perhaps a cup's worth, and exude skin oils and body smells. And you use up the room's oxygen and replace it with exhaled carbon dioxide. When there are 2 or more people in the bed or the room, these effects are multiplied. All this explains why, if you sleep with closed windows, the room has a characteristic stale morning smell, although you might not perceive it until you leave for a few minutes and then return. Unless you leave the bed covers pulled down and the windows open for an hour or 2, the moisture you have left in the bed either does not evaporate or evaporates very slowly, which makes for an environment in pillows and mattress in which dust mites, molds, and other microbial life have more of an opportunity to multiply. Opening the windows lets in new air to dilute the pollutants, microbial and particulate, carry them off, and bring in fresh supplies of oxygen. There are a lot of benefits to making your bed. To me, one of the biggest ones is outlined in this video, https://youtube.b/kgzlzbdzt4. I agree. I've heard the benefits, but they don't seem to make that much of a difference for me. Yeah, for a long time I would agree with this, but now I believe a cluttered house is a cluttered mind. I make my kids make their beds. Making my bed helps me get my day started. It's a simple task I can accomplish to feel more productive and get going. Also, chilling in my room with the bed unmade would make me feel depressed, so I have been making my bed as soon as I wake up for many years now. To each their own. It feels nice to sleep on and looks neat, nothing much. Sometimes I get uncomfortable if my bed isn't made after a while, so I make it, and it's the most comfortable feeling to me. Letting your bed breathe can help kill off mites, that's how I justify it, winky. Totally feel this, but at the same time there's almost no better feeling than crawling into a made bed. Just put the duvet neat instead. If you sweat a lot or have a mattress that doesn't breathe well, it's actually a really good idea to push the sheets/blankets down and expose the bed during the day. My mattress is foam, so I usually throw my covers open and leave them like that all day. It being easier is a bonus. A clean and tidy house makes you feel relaxed, so I'd say it's not a waste of time at all. I'm so glad someone said this. I only do it if I'm expecting someone over. There's no point of doing it if when I come home I'm going to mess it up again. It's not like I'm leaving it as if a tornado has just gone through it. I don't argue with this at all. I try to make my bed after waking up every day. The reason for this is that if you come home in the evening and your day was shit and you feel like you didn't get anything done, you will see your nicely made bed and you will realize that you did get something done. This helps especially if you're a little depressed. It's all about the baby steps. Making your bed is the foundation. It is the one thing you should do every day, the one thing you will always look on and say, I got something done today. On this foundation you can build more. From making your bed to doing a few push-ups to cleaning your room and so on. Even baby steps will get you up your mountain. It's not a waste of time. Making your bed has many psychological benefits. When you're young you don't see them, but as you get older you start to realize exactly what those benefits are and how they help you as your world becomes increasingly complicated with age. It's like a domino effect. Once you start organizing one thing you're more likely to continue the pattern. If you put in order everything that is in your control, in other words the things that are in your room/house, you have much better chances of stabilizing your mental well-being since you know where and how everything is. Short term you probably only see limited effect, but long term gives you major benefits. A made bed makes your whole world tidier. Messy sheets are a nightmare. I didn't make my bed yesterday because I planned on changing the sheets. That didn't happen, so I made my bed before I got into for the night. Yes, I agree. I always think about this. Why make your bed if you will just ruin it in the night? Not to mention that I actually just don't like how it feels. It's actually better to let it air out, rather than make it. I don't care about the bed when I am single. Stay messy. NBD. I do care now that I sleep next to someone who flails around like an epileptic seal on land. He fucks the sheets up so badly that they are twisted and crammed all over the place. I know people have recommended to have separate blankets, but then I'd end up buried in his and mine. Also, I am not buying 2 electric blankets. When I don't make my bed and sleep, there's always this thought in my mind that something's not complete or something's yet to be done and I can't sleep peacefully, so yeah,